Greetings, Wendy subjects. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, episode 177, Relic Room. Nice. T-Sang's working on some Thrumbo Fur stuff again. And Bryza has an inspired trade. Bryza, would you be so kind to call in a trade caravan and hope that they don't spawn, okay, 13 hours. Hope that they don't spawn on top of the Scythers, because, you know, that caravan would last approximately 10 seconds against a swarm of Scythers. Is this a... oh, bummer. I was hoping that this was just a random Hussar. I should check the corpses or the downs. Nope. Oh, we got another waster. Because, you know, there's a snowball's chance in hell, but still a chance that a Hussar got knocked and is free to be abducted. But no, it doesn't look like it. Could I explain some of my prison or genetic stuff? I actually have a lot of that in the details command. I have a tutorial about genetics. Actually, that isn't the link. I have a tutorial about genetics right there in that link. That probably, my guess, will answer your questions. And if it doesn't, then yeah, feel free to ask. Also, another thing, if you want to join my Discord, when I am not streaming, I am very happy to answer whatever questions you might have. I'm very active on my Discord, and all you have to do is tag my name, and I'll get an answer for you. But the TLDR is, I'll give you the very basic rundown. There are essentially two types of genes. Germline genes are the ones you're born with, and xenogenes are the ones that are implanted. So a really good example of that, I'll just show you. Dom here has these genes that she was born with, that she inherited from one of her two parents, or both. And then xenogenes are ones that are implanted through scanning and implantation. The purpose of this series is to create a monster inheriting all those genes on the top left in germline and avoiding all the genes on the top right in germline. It's strictly germline. So that is the TLDR. But and the way gene inheritance works is sort of complicated. I explain it in that YouTube video, but the TLDR would be that that you sort of have a chance to inherit genes from both parents, and it's within a certain range, genetic range for inheritance. Guest unhappy. Oh, yeah, because I forced you to, like, ban the mortar for a bunch. I am sorry about that. Right, bud? We're sorry. So what I've got going on in the prison is the prisoners are giving up their eggs for experimentation and breeding to try to create that monster that we're breeding. So Foe has been implanted with the pacification, and Lynx has not. So Lynx is a little overdue. Well, not overdue, I just captured Lynx, but Lynx is the only one that I think can revolt. So we should deal with that. Oh, don't worry, I'm very happy to explain. Very, very happy. So the prison system is essentially just, I have with biotech, there are different races that have different germline genes. So impids, wasters, Neanderthal, pigskins, Edekin, and dirt moles all have their own different set of germline genes. And the goal of this series is, and I'll show you the big gene screen, it's essentially to cherry pick Wendy's favorite genes out of each species and to avoid genes of each species. So in each species, there's a certain subset of genes that she wants and wants to avoid. So for instance, for impids, she wants the perfect specimen to have mini horns, but not to have cold weakness, weak melee damage, slow wound healing, or weak immunity. So So a huge part of this is basically selective breeding until she ends up with a good specimen. So for instance, here's a specimen, Maxu, who has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the genes she wants out of the total 11, and 2 that she does not want, denoted by the X's and check marks. So it's a huge project, requiring me to abduct dozens of people, extract hundreds of eggs over the course of, so far, 12 years, just to make a perfect genetic monster. Or what she would consider a perfect genetic monster. I'm an absolute war criminal? Yes, this is a very evil series. I do have a nice one going on YouTube called Hedge Knights. So if you watch this and you're like, oh god, I need a palate cleanser because this is just so viciously evil, I got you covered. I got you covered. What was that? That was the rattling, screaming at the top of his lungs. Bloody murder from the other room. You know, like you do. It was a monster screaming, yeah. A sleep monster. A monster that does not let me sleep. You know how it is. The door's closed now, so I don't think you can hear it, but there's still a considerable amount of screaming going on over there. How many generations do we have bred? That's kind of unanswerable. 4 or 5, maybe? It's hard to tell. I'd have to go through each individual, and then, of course, there are still people that are dead, that are, like, genetic dead ends. But we do have, like, great-granddaughter, so, like, that's 4 generations. My guess is 4 or 5 generations. It's actually a branch that branches out wide, because there aren't a lot of vertical generations. There's more just, you know, as you can see, tons of familiar relationships here. But it doesn't go a lot of generations. It goes more horizontally. The family bush, if you will. So you still are waiting, okay. This is a fun little genetic experiment, implanting Bond and then ripping him. So I'm gonna have Wendy run that herself, because it's pretty evil, and she wants to celebrate that evilness. But first, we take your organs. Don't worry, where you're going, you won't need them. You're going to the dinner table. Eventually. So a little reminder, we're implanting Bond with just a paired gene in the gene bank that we want to separate out. So it's the awful plants. And we're implanting him with both. Or her, I don't even know. Whatever gender. And hoping to then scan and to rip the art from the plants so that we have them separated. Somehow or another, it's 1.7 days, and I still haven't done either of the sniper raids. They're going to land at the same time. And what's mad about that, what's absolutely mad about that, is all the raids that I've had recently have been blighter raids. Blighter, well, mech cluster, blighter. So I've had 3 blighter raids, and all 3 have not been related to the incoming blighter raid that is queued. Just ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. So Bond, in you go. Oh, you're in a coma. I have to wait until you're out of a coma. So I have to wait 1 day. But I don't have to wait the 2 years for gene regrowing. It just means that he'll die in the she'll die, sorry, in the process. which is an acceptable loss. So Bond has these two genes, and it's... I actually don't know the percent chance of getting awful art. I'd like to say it's 50%, but it's not, because I could also scan Bond and get them paired. So it's not one or the other, it could be both, and I don't know what percent it is. So it's, I'll call it like 40% chance that I get what I want, as a guess. All right, Mr. Johns, I will make an exception to your barn and actually clean it for once, because that's pretty rotten. Could this be described as genius? Genius? Sure, yeah. I'd go for that. I'm gonna leave this alone, because it might be a little too close to the scythers. But that's quite nice. Meteorite of compacted machinery. You're not going to see me complain about that. She's back on her throne, maxing out her psi focus, as is Bryzit, which is really good, because sometime in the next day and a half, we're receiving a lot of mercenary snipers. I'm curious actually what the total number will actually be, because it's predicting that it will be 344, but in reality it could be far less than that depending on their arrival type. Oh dang. Right. So we have a new baby. This baby is acceptable to be kept as a colonist. They are a 6, which is really good for colonist material. So raffle timer is up. Actually, no, ignore that. I haven't actually reset eligibility yet. Now raffle timer's up. So good luck, baby. And because you're a viable candidate, you'll be implanted with the baby xenogerm. Wendy, are you... No, you're busy. Lo, why are you in the hospital bed? You have mechanites? Yeah, I don't care. Operate on the baby. Rise it, you should not be on her. I'm also going to need to cook up some new perfect prisoners. Perfect passive prisoner xenogerms, because I am out of them. I don't believe that there is... Oh, they already have awful social. Yeah, I don't believe that there's anything I want to add to them, though. Yeah, very unattractive and unattractive, does not stack. Super clotting wouldn't be terrible. In case I do have to cut them open, they wouldn't bleed out. So I'll allow that. They're already super immune and super fast wound healing. So yeah, that keeps them alive a little bit better. And you know, I'll give them sheer white, purple, blue skin, so that it's just like a luck of the draw what skin color they end up with. Ultimately, I don't really care. So this is the perfect passive prisoner. Let's call it the Mark II. I know, well, all right, it's more like Mark VI, so I'll call it the Mark VI. Save template and start combining. I think at this point, I'm going to zone restrict my people, because I am just about guaranteed to get the super raids here any minute now. There's only like a day and a half left, so they're gonna show up, and I might as well have people behind my walls for when they do, because we know without basically a shadow of a doubt that they're coming. The raiders are coming. The raiders are coming. Oh, Bond. Right. You're still in a coma. Okay, that's fine. So this baby is going to be grown. Wendy's still sci focus gaining at 113% per day. Rise, it's already maxed out. There was the case of another trade caravan. I'll call that in. Shaman and Imperial. Ryzet has a trade, a inspiration. Actually, even with his inspiration, my guess is Wendy's still a better trader. That would be stats, trade price improvement. Yeah, Wendy's still better than Ryzet, even when he's inspired. So, not to bother with that. I do have the implant for a mech gestation processor. Let's get another one of those. Make this with mass, because mass looks free right now. Because Wendy only has one implant, she could have more. All the other mechanators have 6 out of 6, but she only has 1 out of 6. Alright. It's a little odd to name this individual after Glitch, but I'll allow it. Why it's odd is because in past Wendigo series, Glitch was the patriarch, generally speaking. But this could just be the future Glitch's, the future patriarch Glitch's like grandfather Glitch, becoming a family name. So I'll allow it. We have a Glitch. And Glitch very well might be the most advanced specimen that is colonist material. I'm not sure if that's true. I think maybe tied with Maxu. Or with... No, Whammy's a 5. Maxu's a prisoner, so I take that back. Not tied with Maxu. Zleb is a 4. Your Elebear is a 5. This unborn, I won't count because they could be stillbirth. Crabs, you were a prisoner. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, Glitch might be the most advanced to date. Quite possibly. And he doesn't even know it because I think he's lurking. He just was eligible right before the lurk started. It's funny how that works out. How many corpses do we have now? Some of these don't count because they're out in the wild. 641? Oh, and we're about to get 300... We're about to hit 1,000 corpses. We are becoming a Rob Zombie film of the House of 1,000 Corpses or something. Something like that. Alright. When are they going to show up? What the hell? Crabs, a growth moment for you. You're jealous. Oh, Oh, all right. Still sort of waiting on my rice amount to bounce back. It does look, however, like all the thrumbo did get butchered, which is really good. And we have fresh thrumbo threads. And that was kind of hard to say. Fresh thrumbo threads over there. And a pretty decent amount of thrumbo fur waiting in the wings. About almost 500 of it. Still waiting on the surgeries for lynx. I'm gonna have, wow, your name is wait, who's Poxrock? And they're straight out of Deep Rock. It is one of the wasters. Poxrock, that's hilarious. Right, I'm gonna have Lo do Lynx's surgery because Lynx is a liability until it gets resolved. The surgery of the xenogerm implant prevents the prisoners from revolting and escaping and all that stuff. That's a lot of prisoners? Oh, I mean, you know how it is. It's 53 of them. Soon to be 52. I'm about to gene scan murder one of them. Look at all my constructors with nothing better to do. Even Wendy's included, which is weird. Speaking of which, Wendy, let's go upgrade your brain implant so you can gestate mechs better. She doesn't even have any mechs under her control, but she still likes the implants. Machine body beyond complete. Thanks for the soundtrack, Yoda. In concordance with the rattling. Having a contest if you can bark loudest. Newsflash, I lose. The other thing I wanted to do is to run a ritual. It would help to improve moods. I've been flirting with a bunch of minor break risks for a long time. So I'll have Wendy extract the glitter wand and put it into the other reliquary. Which is kind of annoying because you can't decide on the reliquary, it seems. So I'm just going to have to like zone the reliquary, invert it, and then have her do it again. After, you know, restricting her to that specific zone. Oh, okay. And minus this, too. But now you're not even going to be able to... Nope, stop it. Can you just behave? Alright, how about equip it and walk it over, and then install it? That should work. Just first world problems of you have more reliquaries than you have relics. And your people want to install them in the weird spots. There we go. So now if I run rituals here, I will get the relic was present in the ritual benefit. Stevie, put my gut. Don't even touch it. Leave the room, in fact. Also, present, what is going on with your gear? I don't know. I'm really confused as to why you're wearing what you're wearing, but alright. Whatever. So if I did a conversion ritual, and we tried to convert... I don't know, Rena. Let's just run this and hope. The problem is the expectations are so stupidly high that the expected quality is maybe effective. Whatever, I'll just roll the die. Here we go. Might turn out bad, but we'll see. And I think I'm going to have Bryzik go back into, like, Locust Armor and the like, because I don't really like the idea that he's so under-equipped, given his importance. I'll fix that as soon as the ritual's complete. So the temple is just impressive enough to meet the minimum requirements of 120. It's 121, as long as it doesn't build up any more filth. Mass, can you wrap it up? You're not paid by the syllable you speak. You're not paid, actually. But if it's all the same, please finish. That's another thing I just realized is these visitors haven't seen the light of day in a long time. So I might want to march them out into the sun briefly so they don't go stir crazy. It was effective. Cool. So the benefit of that, of course, is effective conversion +3 for 6 days. Glitter wand at the ritual for 4 days. So a little bit of a movement bonus, which is handy. And the next thing I was going to do is to march these guys. Yeah, this is outside enough. You're astounded this game even runs with all that's going on? Yeah, I'm throwing kind of a lot at it, to be fair. It's chunking a little bit. It doesn't love what I'm doing, but as long as it's good enough. Yes, so here is the sun. Please stop complaining about your cabin fever. I don't care that you're... Well, actually, you don't care at all. You're an undergrounder. Be gone. You're bloodlust. It's too bad I can't have you kill something for fun. But you're the one I'm actually guarding, so it's kind of important that you stay safe. Bond, are you conscious? Coma's done in 7 hours. So very soon we're gonna gene rip Bond. Give him a prisoner beat up? Well, beating up is not the same as the bloodlust of killing. And bloodlusters only like to kill. So if there were still wounded raiders out here laying in the frost, I'd have him go finish them off, but that's just not the case. Plus, I don't think he's the one that's risking... he's pretty content. He's pretty happy. As soon as their outdoor needs fill up, I'll send them back inside. Reroll the raffle. Okay, we'll do that. Welcome back. Raffle timer's up. What's funny is I can reroll the raffle, but the first name of the baby can't be changed. Not without dev mode, because once you've got a first name, you're kind of stuck with it. Okay, that's good enough. Really? 11 days, and they're going to show up in the last 22 hours. You're sorry? No, I don't really care. It's no problem. No problem at all. What is this Megasloth eating up here? Oh, I guess the raiders sometimes drop meals. But I don't think Megasloths eat corpses, do they? No, they don't. Processed food, live plants, seeds, meals, vegetables, kibble, liquor. Probably just drinking all the beer that's up here. How's your liver? How long do I plan on going for today? 45 more minutes, which will certainly wrap up the last 2 raids. I can't imagine the next 22 hours takes me 45 minutes. I'm a wee bit faster than that. One of the issues that I am running into, though, I will admit, is that corpses have a lot of data in them, and I have a lot of corpses. So I'm not saying that I'm necessarily going to call my corpses. I'm just saying that that all the corpses that I have on my map tile are definitely slowing things down. Ooh, Polka Strader. Please, please have interesting genes. Please. Please, please, please. I want to buy Archite genes from you, if at all possible. They have no genes for sale? For real? Yes. I'm going to buy their yayo, because the yayo is going to help me. Well, apparently I have no acceptable food for my visitors. I got to fix that too. I'm going to buy the yayo so that I can keep my wasters alive, but maybe only 30 of it. Now is a pretty good chance to get rid of stuff I don't want. Like random clothing that has been taking up space, tox packs, etc. Jump packs, because I don't use jump packs. I'm going to keep the bison wool parka, though, and the alpaca wool parka. Those sound pretty good. Some of the tattered clothing. I'll buy the gold, only because I gifted a whole lot of my gold to the Empire. Wouldn't be terrible to replenish mine without having to deep drill for it, because deep drilling takes a while. Alright, well that works. Really unfortunate about the whole not giving me any gene packs here. Not a single one for sale. But, what can you do? You know what? I'll buy the Psychite tea too. Tea time for my colony. Well, that's a pretty good trade. It's going to be a lot of stuff. And unfortunately, it's going to just have to mostly sit up there. I think Wendy is unrestricted, so I can have Wendy go grab it. But anyone else out there would be endangered. And Glitch is Apollo now. I'm curious about this, though. Can dev mode rename someone in a vat? No, actually, I think you need the, you need like a mod for that. Is that in the more? Name settlement. Okay, nope, apparently not. That's fine. So you guys don't have any acceptable food. I think my fabricors are like busy doing other things. Moonstar's up here. Where's Natsu? Getting recharged. So Natsu, you're going to have to wake up and go make the vegetarian lavish meals first, because my guests cannot eat, which is a bit of a problem when I'm trying to keep them happy. So Link's been fully processed, as has Foe. And who was the other one that came in late? Micah? Yeah. So all of our prisoners are fully processed. Awesome. So we have a completely full prison. All of them being gene harvested. All of them fully processed. Bond, is it time? 1 hour. Whoa! Man, my fabricors really just stopped doing stuff for a long time. I guess they've been so backlogged on baby food or something. Because my goodness, there's not even meals for, like, anyone at the moment. I might need to have Wendy cook, because she cooks a lot faster than they do. Because, you know, fabricors are robots and they don't work very fast. They're even under the... That's kind of surprising, because they're under the effect of the mech booster. And then their mechanitor has control sublink 6, which also increases them 36% speed and 50% speed. So they're working really fast. Their global work speed is actually 111% from the bonuses. And still, they've fallen so far behind their cooking tasks, it's surprising. I don't know how to explain that. Ryzen, because you're, let's call it special with all your extra responsibilities, I will have you dyed in special apparel colors, unlike the others. But Bryzit is now properly in Locust armor and a cataphract helmet, so not a immortal danger liability like before. Which is good, because, you know, don't want him dead. There's still 2,600 silver up there, but other than that, all the perishable or can be destroyed stuff has been hauled in, so we're good. Wendy managed that herself. This quest is stupid. Where are they? It's 15 hours left. It's going to be like 2 raids at the last second, isn't it? Be stupid like that. It's gonna pull Mega Sloth Raid and just not show up. It's not cold enough though. It's only -4 Celsius. It's totally an acceptable temperature for them to raid me. So yeah, I don't know. They were too scared. They canceled their plans. Thank you for tuning in to the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch, May 23rd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Adios, my fellow Wendigo.